and I'm back for part 5 of the Home for Thanksgiving album. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the back of the entry door. This is the paper that I chose for the back side of the page we did on the previous video. I had already chosen this and adhered it on when I filmed this video. That's why I had the eyelets in. Just wanted to let you know, when you're doing your album at home, put both your papers on first and then put your eyelets in. That way you have the edge of the paper here crimped nice and neat, and it'll hold much better. These are the 2 pieces of the chipboard that I cut out when we did the storm door, and I said I was setting them aside for another page. This is the page that I'm going to use these in. They're just the chipboard that I cut out, and I've covered them with the Summer Starfruit smooth cardstock, and again inked the edges with the wild honey and sanded everything, the same preparation as before. And what I want to do is I want to stamp some leaf images on these. So I'm going to use the Rich Razzleberry and the Summer Starfruit ink. Get this set up. One of my ink pads is the older model of stamp pad. It's the felt pad, and the Summer Starfruit is the new foam pad. So when I use the foam, which I'll start with first, I always start with a lighter color. You'll see that I don't have to stamp onto the pad as much to get my image to be nice and clear and solid and inked up. This is the leaf image that came off of the same stamp set, the 4 Seasons, that I used for the wreath. And what I want to do is just stamp both of these with the Summer Starfruit and also the Rich Razzleberry, alternating directions of leaves. So I'm just going to go ahead and start doing that. And we'll fast forward in a few minutes and I'll show you my next step. So I'm going to add some double stick tape onto the back, or I already have here, because I want to have these mounted on top of this area high enough to where I can slip a photo mat underneath. So this is the tape that I used. I don't know the manufacturer. My husband gave this to me from the garage he was cleaning out, and it's real high quality. It might be a red liner tape, I'm not sure. This backing is very hard to get off. So I used that, and what I did was I just mounted a couple of pieces on the top and the bottom, about a ½ inch in from both ends. That way I know that I've got the right spacing to get my photo mat in. I have also taken my ruler. I went off of the original storm door to find out how far up the panels were originally, and they were 2½ inches up, and they were 3/4 of an inch inside. So I just marked a pencil mark in on each side, 3/4, just a reference line so I can see where to adhere these at. And now I'm going to remove the tape. Right, I'm removing all the backing. And you probably can't see, but I have my one line right here for the bottom of the panel, and my other line is right here. So I'm going to press this down, and before I push the top part in, I get my ruler and make sure that horizontal line is straight. And then I'll press in both of those spots, the top and the bottom. That gives me room to put a photo mat underneath. So I'll move on to the next panel, adhere it the same way, and I'll begin making the photo mat. All right, I have cut a piece of very vanilla cardstock at 5½ by 5 inches, and a piece of soft suede cardstock at 5¼ by 4¾ Those are going to be the photo mats that are going to slide in. I have this fully mounted. and we're going to slide a photo mat under here. And I'm going to use the corner chomper from We Are Memory Keepers. It's a crocodile. And I'm going to use the photo corner. There's two sides to this one. And I'm going to use the photo corner, not the angle. Do each corner here. And I'm going to adhere it onto the Very Vanilla mat. And I'm going to use my ATG gun for this. I'm leaving one of the sides without any ATG glue because I can get double use out of this if I adhere it down and leave one area open. You can also get another little teeny tag that will fit in here. It's like a hidden pocket. So what I want to do is have a little pull tab here, and then I can also, so depending which way I want to do it, I'm going to leave this side open here, put my pull tab in here, and then we can slide this underneath. And it's plenty of room for a photo to be on top. You've got enough room because of that foam tape. That's why I was building it up a little bit. Alright, so what I've decided is I'm using the Spellbinders dies, and I wanted to use about this size. I don't want it to be too large, so I've used this size die, and I've cut a tab, inked it with the Wild Honey Distress ink, and I'm going to secure it between only the Very Vanilla cardstock. So I'm going to use some quick dry glue. So I'm going to adhere it that way. You're going to get a tab all white on one side where we can journal, picture on this side, and it'll be easy to pull out from here. So I will get some quick dry. Oh, I have a helper that has just come in the room, one of my puppies. She's sniffing around, so anything can happen, people. Sorry, if something crashes. She's a big German short-hair pointer. So sometimes she gets a little helpful here. No, I guess I bored her. She's left now. So I'm going to put it in the center. And we will let that dry. Alright, now I have taken, to save some video time, I stamped with the same leaf stamp that I used here on some Very Vanilla cardstock and cut it up just like we did the leaves on the wreath on the front of the storm door. Same idea. Put a little bit of that glitter pen on there, and I'm just going to, I put a dimensional on the back, and I'm just going to add this here. Fancy it up a little bit more. Alright. So that will be the photo mat that will go underneath. And that's all that I'm going to really do with this part. Now what I want to do is I want to put a little label here. Already I've set up with my small little die cutter, and also I have decided the labels die that I'm going to use is going to be from Stampin' Up, and it's the Framelits Labels collection. I'm going to use the 2 smallest ones. And I selected these because I wanted to make sure the size was appropriate for the bottom. And there's not a lot of room, so I'm going to do one that's a matte, which I've already cut. I'm going to use that glitter paper, and I don't want it to get too pixely on you, so I won't keep it in view too long. But I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm just going to cut another one that's going to be out of vanilla, very vanilla cardstock. And I'll show you how I did that. Just going to make a sandwich with very vanilla. And then run it through. And you get that die cut. Just pop it out. And I'm going to use the Cajun Craze ink. Alright, I've got my quick dry adhesive, and I'm going to just adhere this onto the glitter paper, centering it. Once it sets up, it won't slide. Just have to be a little bit gentle with it at first. And some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Take off all the backing. Center this here. And then I have some, they're called In Color Dahlia assortments. I'm going to put a couple of yellow there, just enough to give a little dimension, and I think these would look cute right here. I could also put them right on. They could actually hang over. Actually, I'll do it that way. That looks cute. Some quick dry. Alright, that's going to be it for this page. I also want to let you know I went ahead and selected the papers for the next page that I'm going to do in the next video. I'm going to use the pumpkin, and then I'm going to use the stripe. The stripe is called Table Runner, and the pumpkin is called Grateful Harvest. So I will go ahead and I will cover these pages, put my eyelets in and ink the edges as I did before, and then we'll go on and decorate both sides of this.